I think that all the people who have been against the climate activism and against lockdowns and all of these measures which basically result in less freedom for normal people and more expensive energy bills, generally just making life harder for normal people. All of the people who've been saying these things and warning against these things will be vindicated within the next 30 years. I think it will become a mainstream view in about 30 years' time that climate change was never really a problem and that lockdowns weren't necessary and that masks were useless. I think all of those things will just become normal views. The problem with that, of course, is that it's no good in 30 years' time because lots of people, including myself, were warning others about this and saying, just have a moment to think. We were telling people to think about this and they had that opportunity to think, but it's no good now, is it? It's too late, the moment has passed. And there'll be some other issue. There'll be another issue that we're being called to believe in. We're seeing that with the war in Ukraine, which is escalating even further now. We're being constantly pressured by all of the powers in the media and in government to launch ourselves into a potentially global conflict. And supposedly left-wing newspapers like The Guardian, which would never have published anything in favour of a war about 30 years ago, are now basically in favour of it. I mean, that's basically mad, really. It would have been unthinkable for The Guardian to do that sort of thing. But here we are. Here we are. Global issues which act as a replacement for religion and a replacement for the real aim in life, the real ideology that you can make for yourself, which is simply improving yourself and then improving the lives of the people closest to you, then improving your community, then perhaps even improving your country, and then maybe you can start thinking about improving the world. But we have it completely backwards today. The first thing people are concerned with is changing the world, and then changing their country, and then changing their community, and then the people around them, and finally themselves. Finally, the last kind of analysis that they have for the world is self-reflection. That's the last priority for people, is to think, what could I do better personally? And this is the consequence of it. We are a blind, ignorant people, easily persuaded by large-scale issues, swept up and coerced into believing that a global war would actually be a good thing, or that depriving normal people of affordable energy would be a good thing, or that depriving people of their basic liberty by placing the whole country under house arrest to save them from a very mild virus is a good thing. That's where we are now.